back in here, man.
It's UJTO.
Living. Marcus, whew, we feeling it today.
Yeah, for sure. Wait, so you've been getting WNBA texts?
Yeah, not text, but like on YouTube. On YouTube, they've been recommending me these videos.
Suggestions?
Yeah, it's been crazy. Like I've not been watching no soccer, no anything. I've been watching.
Basketball?
No, I've been watching Bitcoin and a whole lot of RDC World. They gave me why the WNBA players aren't getting paid as much as the it was WNBA. WNBA players aren't getting paid like the NBA players.
Of course.
And then it shows these videos of like the women are like, I play better than this guy and that guy. I'm better than them and da 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 da. And I was just, they're making whole arguments in my mind. Like,
for real? Is that a real thing?
I watched it. I watched 2 minutes and I was like, I think I'm not built for this. Like, it's crazy. We've gone here.
Do you ever think the internet like just decides to play pranks on people? Like,
yeah.
individuals?
Honestly, I've at times believed that the algorithm has pockets where people can just plug videos in. Like, you know what? I just need some people to see this. Yeah, I saw it. It was kind of crazy, guys. Just
Wait,
the world
you
needs
said
this.
WNBA.
Yeah,
Are you talking about? You sure you're not talking about the women's soccer?
I was thinking that for a little bit too. That was my whole problem, but I'm pretty sure it was WNBA. You know what? Look right now.
Because WNBA, that makes no sense. I mean, like, you watch an NBA crowd, you watch WNBA crowd. I mean, money, tickets sold alone. But the women's soccer players have an argument because they get the numbers and they get championships out here, and our men's team sucks. Like, they're just not good.
Yeah, definitely WNBA players.
Oh, that's
Yeah, 100%.
That's a shame.
For a minute, I was thinking that when I first said it. That's why I hesitated, because I'm like, yo, that would be crazy, because we talked about this before.
Yeah.
But nah. WNBA, and she was talking that head of, I'm hitting more shots. He can't shoot free throws. Like, they were talking a little crazy. Like, she was talking a little crazy. She was like, I play him one-on-one. I was like,
Yeah, but you ever have to run into LeBron now? Like, what happens?
ain't nobody bringing up LeBron.
Like, what happens? What happens when Anthony Davis is guarding you?
Yo. And see, I'm not even saying, I don't even know how good they are because I haven't watched it.
Down Curry.
Well, see, my whole problem was like, because they were making real debates based on skill, but I was like, I haven't even watched it.
The problem is no one has watched them.
I know.
And that's
my whole argument.
Why that's the case is for, I don't know, a myriad of reasons. I'm sure you
gotta put
everything.
You're gonna have to put that in people's face harder because people ain't even looking. To be honest,
it's hard to fight.
What's crazy about that video was that I'd never, no disrespect to the women that play the sport, y'all are savages. I saw some of y'all video within that 2 minutes on the video. You guys doing y'all thing, but I'd never even thought about WNBA.
Yeah, I mean,
Like, it never even. There's women that are playing, and I guess they'll just put a W at the front, like, obviously. Yeah. But when I saw the video, I was just like, huh. That's what made me click it, because I'm like, this is new.
Okay, I mean, yeah, I don't know why. That's a weird argument. I never fight against someone arguing for more money, but I feel like they need to be working on more exposure first. Like, they need I don't know, better publicists maybe. Like,
yeah,
they need to be really working with brand deals.
Let's
just get out.
They need viewership. They
need viewership, but like, you have to bring people into your game, and so like, at least part of that is like your star player is your star on the court, but your superstars have that like when they're outside the court, they're still like they're just an extra thing like a Shaq. Shaq is like the epitome of all those things.
I don't know. I don't know if the WNBA got one of those.
Well, they don't. But
okay,
I'm saying
okay.
But you can. That doesn't mean you can't have one. You just need to push. I mean, it's a harder sell. I mean,
yeah, cause like
someone has to really.
Serena Williams, she
Serena.
was superstar.
But see, that's
that's different sport.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's a different sport, but it's also an individual sport. So it's like it's all on her. So all her accomplishments are on her. So I mean, she's like she's holding the top 3 athletes all time, or in my eyes, I would say, for sure. But yeah, I don't know. They just need to get people to watch, to care about basketball. I don't know how, 'cause I don't care about it. But like,
I mean, maybe they gotta look at women's soccer, cause women's soccer, people watch it. They just aren't getting paid.
yeah, I agree. There's a lesson to be learned there for sure. I don't know how, because like, at least because with the women's or with soccer, at least that's like Team US. It's all of us with them versus them. You know what I'm saying? Versus whoever. So at least you have that kind of rallying cry. I think you can go for. With basketball, it's all us. So you gotta even care about you.
Yeah, and I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's weird.
You need to take your most dominant player and
Get some angles.
put them in the future. If they can survive that career with that, they could be the greatest of all time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's weird because it's hard to get content like that in people's face somehow. Like I don't understand how that's been something that's happening for years, but there's a whole like group of people sitting in a room saying like we need to. I mean, I hope sitting in a room like, yeah, we can make more money here, right? WNBA leaders and team owners like, okay, we don't have enough attention, guys. Like, this should be already noticed, is kind of my point. But what do they do to...
You say it's like they're not been trying.
Yeah, I mean, that's what makes this crazy.
No, see,
they still haven't.
And now you understand the women's plight. Like when they say all these things, like we want attention and like Hollywood, we want. This is what they're talking about. This is literally that. Like that. They feel that. They're like, this is fucking crazy. Why don't you guys care? Like,
we've been marketing this shit every way possible.
That's what they're saying. They don't disagree. Now you at least should be able to empathize with the plight because they feel the same way and they've been trying. Don't think they haven't been trying. There's people. The entire job is to make this more popular.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's been lots of teams that have been come through and hired. You know what I'm saying?
Whole lot of meetings behind closed doors, like the bread's not looking right.
Whole lot of hype clubs, whole lot of teams, people putting up posters in the streets, street teams, and you know what I'm saying?
Campaigns,
radio ads, giving tickets away, 2-for-1, free popcorn, free burgers, free we've got ushers here at halftime to do the Chris Brown's gonna be performing on all these things. You know
that's crazy.
There's just a whole bag of like how to promote shit. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe the sexism is so powerful I just thought about it, like, because it really dawned on me when I thought, like, if somebody just gave me some WNBA tickets, what would my reaction be? Like, what am I gonna say? Like, and I feel like I'm about to look super ungrateful. Like, hey, that's pretty nice. Like, you got eBay? Like,
yeah, see, that's the thing. Like, it would be a tight. They should do like you know how they do like those little street experiments in like New York, like someone just does something random on the street and films and how many people. They should have like 3 people like in a row or close, like on the same block, giving away tickets. Like, all right, one's to Madison Square Garden, or one's to Broadway, some random Broadway play, nothing even tight, not Hamilton, not fucking Book of Mormon, just some Night and Cats, like just some shit. Make it up, doesn't even be real. And what's the third? We need 3 things: Broadway show, some late night, but not like Fallon, just some random taping, and then a WNBA game. And see, like, there's gonna be a lot of rejects. Which ones gets the most tickets off? And I'm not really confident in any direction. I will be interested to see the results, or probably even a better form of that experiment. I'm sure there's better examples to come up with. But you know what I'm saying? Like, because that's the problem.
It really is.
I know my reaction. I've had this conversation for years like, with a lot of different people. Like, it's I'm not. You have to pay me to go to a WNBA game, and that's not a slight. Well, I guess it is a slight, but it doesn't mean to be. It's just I'm not interested in doing. Well, it'd be tight, but like, I don't find it here.
That's my thing. I might not even say no, but I feel like I'm gonna look ungrateful just in the energy I have when they give it to me, because it's like, thank you for this wonderful gift.
I don't feel that. I wouldn't. You don't have to pay me to go, but like I would be excited.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm probably not going. I'd have to live close.
Yeah.
Like,
it has to be super convenient.
Yeah. It can't. If there's challenges, I'm not making my way there.
No. And there's some,
Give me an NBA ticket. I don't even know how I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get there though.
And that's wild because there's things that are like, that's interesting. There are lesser events that I think I would go to ahead of it, which is, I feel kind of fucked up.
Man, I've already gone to whole little real estate seminars and traveled farther, did more just to be there.
Yeah.
That wasn't even fun.
Yeah. I mean, at least that's like, that's a little different. That's at least like trying to help yourself, like, you know.
I mean, it's educational for sure.
Yeah.
But I mean, you should be there. There was more hype.
I've gone to like what was it? Fucking neutral wrestling out here.
Okay.
And like, if it presented with both options, I'm snapping neutral wrestling. And it's all a show in the language I don't even understand. You understand? I don't even have that going. I'm literally going in completely.
This energy. This is great energy.
Overdoing everything that's going on in my native tongue. Beautiful women running down the court. Like trying to play basketball. It doesn't work, and I don't know why. It's shit. On paper it works.
It's crazy because
yes, I like women. Yes,
what is it?
Yes.
What is it about women's soccer that hits? We watch it, but the basketball, it doesn't happen.
I really think it's because it's just America. When I watch the women's soccer team, I barely see. It's us. Like it's beat the whoever, the Germans or the Brazilians.
Yeah.
part of it. I mean, that's because that's the only thing that makes me care about soccer at all.
The nationalism starts running.
It's not even a sexist tilt towards any of it. I see them all exactly the same, and I don't care about them much at all.
You better win for the.
It's only if it's for us and we're in that game.
You better win for us.
Yeah, if we're going for the chip, I'm all in.
I feel it.
But yeah. Unless we're in pursuit of that, I don't because like MLS. I barely know that still exists. I hope those are the right word or letters for this. You don't even exactly. You have no idea what I'm talking about.
It's been years since I even watched soccer.
Yeah,
It's crazy because I moved out here and not played any soccer, not period, and I was playing it in Vegas.
Yeah, and see, I could respect the game. I just don't respect the game. I want to. Like, I respect it all up until the point of they don't give a shit about a winner. And that's just a waste of time to me.
What you mean?
Usually ends in a tie. And people shake hands and trade jerseys, like, that's fine. And everyone goes home happy. Like, there's no riots. And there's no... That's insane.
Well,
bullshit. It's crazy.
Yeah, that... Especially comparing to basketball, because they'll run that clock.
Anything else. Baseball is like watching paint dry. But I respect them so much because they will stay there for 8 hours until someone fucking hits that ball and runs across that fucking plate. We are not leaving with 0-0. We will stay here all night. They don't give a fuck. There have been 12-hour games with nothing happening for 8 to 10 hours.
Yeah, see, I can't respect that part. That's my whole problem with them.
I mean, it's bullshit that it comes to that.
Well, I mean, the content of the time. It's not the time. I respect the time put in.
I don't even. I just respect the resilience to have a fucking winner.
No,
we're gonna play a game. We came here. I took the day off. I brought my family. You know what I'm saying? There are millionaires making like $35,000 at bat. Someone better hit some shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is some bull. We're not leaving here with 0-0. Like, everything's fine.
See,
we might lose the stadium.
My problem is physically. I don't know. What level of physicality is a baseball player running versus?
See, that's my point. They're not doing shit, but the soccer player, they run a marathon every game.
Yo,
for 90 minutes, they're running nonstop. The people are fucking lunging and diving at your shins with fucking cleats on. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so hardcore. Like, if they take you out to the bench, you don't even come back in. That's just it. Like, it's like, nah, you gotta be near death like to fucking come out. You know, so they have to fake injuries just to breathe. You know what I'm saying? The coach can't even input. He's whistling and shit. He can't call plays because the shit just goes. 90 minutes. And after all that shit, you're willing to walk away with nothing? With a 0-0, like it was all good? Someone should die.
That's that hard hustling. That's all that is.
That's not what that is. That's some bullshit.
The reason baseball can have that resilience, I'll tell you right now, baseball has that resilience because they ain't doing shit. They are really chilling.
Basketball.
Oh, okay.
There's overtimes on overtimes. Like, in cricket, fucking rugby, goddamn Foursquare, motherfucker. Like, no one who rock, paper, scissors in this bitch. Like, you ever rock, paper, scissors, rock, and it's all good? It's never happened. Like, not once.
The beef continues.
Again, because we're fucking playing a game. Like who does that? That's insane. It's in volleyball.
You know what?
Roller derby.
That might be a
goddamn marble races. Goddamn it.
It might be a result of this country versus mode shit that they're running. Like you gotta be cool with it because this shit's is getting too personal.
Fuck that. No, let it burn. Someone has to win. Like that's why Europe's always at war and shit because they have all this pent up energy and they never get released through sports. See, at least we have definitive times. We have all. That's why we have all the division. But usually we're able to come together like statewide. You know what I'm saying? That's what keeps it together because Minnesota's gonna beat California, and at the end of the day, like everyone's but then someone beats someone. Another team has to be like, all right, well, fuck that happened. You got it next year, bro. There's a finality to it, even if it's not what you want. You know what I'm saying? You're done. But you have all that pent up and you go and it's like and the team's and they're both and then they come together and then nothing happens, just 0-0 and walks away. I'm still like, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't go anywhere. Like, and now you gotta go like domestic violence and shit happens like after that kind of shit. It's not okay. It's not okay. Like the whole, I don't know how it's the biggest game in the world. I don't know the mediocrity.
That's the thing.
In letting this be the norm.
Physically, I think the only thing that's fucking with it is basketball. And really, I don't even be thinking that sometimes. Just the raw running and
it's unbelievable exertion. That makes it even more egregious that that they don't that they're okay with. They don't give a fuck about no one winning. That's crazy to me. Like baseball makes sense if it ended in a tie 80% of the time. Because who gives a shit? Like no one's moving. Like we didn't really do much. He didn't sweat the entire time. His jersey's white and still white. Who cares? It's fine. But like, if we're gonna have like 20, how many people are on a soccer team? What's the like 10 on 10 or however the fuck? That's fucking shit. I'm not in it. But like, if we're gonna have 24 guys on the field, killing each other, like lunging. I can't use my hands for an hour and a half. You know what I'm saying? I'm hitting it with my head. I get a concussion. Score a goal. Cracking bodies. 11 people, so 22 people running around.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, like running miles. That field is huge. It's like the biggest field. We're doing all this. Something should come from this. Like, that's all I'm saying. Like, what? Who? It's insane. It's just crazy to me. I can't fathom how we've even gotten here. Like, soccer to me is what's wrong with everything in the world. Like, if they fix that one thing, I feel like we're like 10 steps closer to world peace. Like,
I feel like that's the opposite.
No, that's it. Because the world needs that release.
Because I feel like the exertion is the release for everyone.
It's not though. It's not because the crowd's not exerting shit. I'm just pent up. Because it's not. That's 22 people. I'm talking about millions of people.
Oh, they all need the catharsis of victory or defeat.
And the players, like, how could you not? Like, everyone wants to be the best, especially on that level. That drives everything. You wake up with that thought, you go to sleep, you dream that shit. Like, everything you do is in pursuit of being that motherfucker. And in most cases, it's just you never have to go heads up. Like, I understand if, like, the game itself, but, like, you know, in tournament styles, they have the fucking kickoffs and shit. Why is that all the time? Like, just that? Like, why isn't that just a standard way of ending a game that's in a tie and regulation? Like, at the very least. Or come up with something better, like, whatever. You can do this in any kind of way. Half court. Like, strip the field or some shit. Like, you don't have to be that creative. You don't have to rewrite the whole game. I'm just saying make it end. Like, that's like watching the first two Lord of the Rings and being like, alright, I get it. I'm good. You gotta finish it. Like, you made it so far. You came so far.
You're 6 hours deep.
Like, god damn, what's another 3? Like, at this point. It's already gone. Like, you know what I'm saying?
The trilogy.
You gotta see Frodo's face when he bitches out. Like, you gotta see it.
Yo, that was... Like, Lord of the Rings was intense.
It's a tight story. And soccer game stories never finish. Or they rarely finish.
No one wants the
it's
story to end.
It's like a book and you're going and it just goes blank. You know what I'm saying? You're just like...
To be continued.
You didn't even give me a period on the sentence.
It's just to be continued.
Not even. It never is not to be continued.
Next year.
The teams might not. The way soccer's so ruthless. Like I watched this fucking the
TED Talk?
No, Ted Lasso, the show on Amazon about his comedy, but it's about a American football coach that goes over to England and coaches a soccer team, and he doesn't know anything about soccer and comedy, but you learn a little bit about soccer. And in that, apparently, like if a team, like in the league or the Premier League, if a team loses, like so, you know, like in the NFL, if a team loses, they just keep losing, but they finish out the season and they come back and it's just fine. But if you're losing in the Premier League, the whole club can get like demoted to like I think it's called Championship League, yeah, which is just a lesser league. So it's like getting promoted from like Division 1 to Division 2 or A League to B League, and then you have to earn your way back up to the Premier League and shit. So it's not just like a comeback, and that's all happening off of ties. So like it's that cutthroat, and it's based on ties. Like that is some ill shit. Like it's fucked. Yeah, dude. I don't understand.
Yeah, that's a little more. Yeah.
It's crazy. But just I don't even remember what the point
Heavy
was.
as fuck.
Huh?
Yeah, it got heavy when we got here.
Yeah, it's fucking yeah. Watching WNBA because at least someone wins the goddamn game. They're gonna go to overtime for you because they care about you. Way more than any of these football hits.
Yeah,
damn sure.
And we'll be helping them out. They can get their payment. They can start getting treated right.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Just watch first. We got step one. Watch the games. But what else?
We working on it.
What else we got to talk about? Like
we're just talking about something else. I just lost track of it.
Yeah, we're talking about something that maybe like at the beginning.
Yeah.
But yeah, you see anything like interesting this week?
Next week we definitely got to talk about the social media experiment. I've been meaning to watch that.
Have you seen it?
I haven't seen it. That's why I said next week we got to talk about that because that's.
I haven't seen it. I can watch it.
Yeah.
Whatever. We can talk about it there.
Yeah, that's been on my mind because I was thinking about even the difference between what people say on social media or how they talk on social media and how they talk in real life, because that's crazy, especially in those comment sections. Boy, the comment section warriors, who you would think they've been lifting their whole life. They be talking something like, you would think they're ready to put location anytime.
No,
they're talking reckless.
That's what it's completely opposite. Like,
yeah, for sure.
Like,
for sure.
If there was any kind of location feature, it would be nearly as crazy, for sure. Anonymity, boy. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, that's why they don't have real profile pictures.
No.
That's why when we were talking and you were talking that shit about the having the profile private, I was like, man, am I really this close to the not profile picture? Like,
say what your chest if you're gonna say it for real. Put your name on it.
Yeah. It's something different. And I mean, I was saying this partially because Twitter, man. Twitter it's built different. I did everything to get away from the bullshit on Twitter. I did it all. One of the guys I follow for the technical analysis, he decided now's the time to start retweeting. And here we are, back at square one.
Yeah. It's a lot of silly. I mean, it has. Yeah, it's broken.
It's hilarious because even within that, like you can just scroll past. Most of the time, I do. I unfollowed him after enough.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah. But, like, and it's weird because, like, you can't always say that. I think we chalk up too much stuff that we can just scroll past. Because there's certain things you just can't really unsee.
They fucked it up forever.
Be extreme, but even if it's not extreme, like, you can still just be like, oh. Like that, you know what I'm saying?
Mess things up.
Yeah, like, yeah, I don't know.
No, I feel you. I've had social media ruin a good hour of my day. Just because eye splash.
Mm-hmm.
Just because the shit they be saying is it's like negative on roids. I've never gotten on social media, and some of the shit that people can say, it's so hurtful even when they're not saying it to you. You're hurt. Like, what the how the fuck did you fix your mouth to talk like this to somebody? Yeah. This is crazy. I know some of y'all be crying off this social media. This shit is it's gotten too intense.
Yeah, man. As soon as they started doing like the high school PSAs and stop cyberbullying, I was like, okay, people are really going far here.
Yo.
But
and the numbers.
Huh?
The numbers, though, that's what really fucks it up. Like, somebody can say some cold shit about you and get 17,000 likes. And that's the only comment with 17,000. Like,
oh, yeah.
All those people got a whole lot of joy out of all of your pain.
And it goes a whole lot of pain.
Take it like Kevin Hart or take it like Cat Williams. The choice is yours.
That's interesting. Yeah, I guess I'll check it out. I guess I'd heard about it before, but like I was like, I get it. I don't really. I really learned. I mean, yeah.
I feel like I get it, but I like watching those. That and the Inside the Mind of Bill Gates. Both of those I've been meaning to watch, and they're both interesting. But yeah, I feel like I kind of understand the point, but I feel like they were talking about having done a study, and if there's a study to go with it, I wanna see it play out. Like I'd like to see what you could solidly say about the difference between now and before we were on Facebook, because I mean, I've had MySpace for as long as I remember, and I mean, AIM was super brief, but there's always been kind of social media, at least a little bit.
Yeah. That's interesting. Yeah, I guess I'll check it out. Yeah, watched Young Justice recently. DC's like animated, all their animated shit is like fire. But I don't know how much you know like good enough about like DC.
Yeah, I gotta know a good chunk.
Like Darkseid, you seen the code?
Yeah.
Him? I want to know if there's a version. I need to know if there's a version where he doesn't just whoop everyone's ass. Like, have they ever beat Darkseid? Like, he's like that. Like, DC's like a tragedy to me. Like, and I can't remember a real iteration where it's not. Like, when all is said and done. Because it's usually the hero has a lot of small victories, big losses, small victories, big loss, and then small victories, and then Darkseid. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Eventually,
yeah,
you always end up here.
Yeah, he's like he's like Thanos, like 10,000. He just doesn't. He has a planet. He has eye beams that follow you. He can grow to the size of like a planet. Like he's like all the things.
He's a god.
Yeah, but like for real though.
Oh
like,
yeah.
And he's really with the bullshit.
Oh yeah.
And so Young Justice is, I don't know how rated it is, but it's immediately underrated. It's a great show. And I would say like one thing I really appreciated, especially as a cartoon, is like the Batman animated series, or not the anime, not the first one, but the second, the Batman. Like that. It really shows like a timeline, like all the characters' age, and since especially with Young Justice, since you're dealing with like teenagers and stuff, like seeing that maturation like over the seasons, like is wild interesting. Some real character development there. Yeah, some actual real arcs happening. And then the villains shine. Like the villains really get in their bags. And some of them get like fully flushed out. Like Vandal Savage is just that dude. Like there's one episode in the third season where it's really just about him, and the heroes are really the side B. And he's incredible. Like he was like a caveman who a meteor came and hit Earth, and he ended up going to the rock and trying to get to the rock and kill the bear, and then he gets to the rock and he feels the glow of it, and then a human like hits him with a spear and kills him, but then he ends up like coming back. Kills himself and comes back to life, and then kills the guy that killed him, and the people start bowing down to him, and then he just runs shit for like the rest of the time up until present day. He's just like always in the background. He's like the real Ra's al Ghul in the universe with Ra's al Ghul. He's like the first guy, he's the first meta human or whatever it is in DC, and he's the first Earth badass, and he dealt with Darkseid back when he was Genghis Khan, because he was Genghis Khan. He's had all these names throughout time. He's been all these rulers and emperors and crusaders and shit. And it's a whole thing. But like I'm like, this just needs to be. I watched 2.5 hours of this and like, you know what I'm saying, in the theater. Like,
They
really prime time shit.
I feel like they have to almost, especially for DC with how much shit they have to tease their audience into shit, because that's what they did with that's what they do with the movies in general. Well, that's what they should have done with the movies. That was their fuck up. But then that's what they also did with their CW TV shows.
What do you mean?
Arrow, Flash, Supergirl. Oh, they teased them into it. So like for their first one, Arrow, they make the show. They're doing it. They go along. Then they put Barry Allen in the show. And they go along, and they kind of tease how he's about to go through what he's going through. Like, oh, you're about to get this job at that spot. Okay, nice. And then cut into the show. Now it's like, oh, yeah, we're ready for a Flash.
Okay. Yeah, well, I wouldn't, no.
Well, they put the space in
the animated stuff and the live action stuff. It's
worlds apart.
Completely. Because like they're not even on the same level. Like the best, take whatever your favorite live action DC, whether it be movie, television, whatever, and I put it against. It definitely doesn't match up, I don't think, to the best in the animated world. I don't even think
No, I agree completely. I was just talking about in terms of making introduction for new stuff.
Oh, that wasn't like a teaser. This is what I'm saying. Like he's the third
No,
season.
he's the guy. But I'm saying like to make a show more about him, and that would probably be I think that's Hawk Girl or Hawkman, and
No.
who was
No, that's not.
who's the one that deals with him the most?
That's what I'm saying. Everybody, he like Superman. Like he's on a. That's not. He's not even on a planet. He's not even on Earth. Like he got into the whole thing with Earth and a war planet, which is like big, like a giant Death Star. Came and he like took that shit and then went on space. Like he's playing versus Dark Side. Like heads up for like the universe. Like he's played everybody. Like that's what I'm saying. Like it's different. Him and Lex, like it. By the time you get to that episode and they're breaking it down, like even what he has to do, the whole episode is like I don't want to spoil it because it's so good. I kind of will. Maybe I will. All right, spoiler alert for season 3 of Young Justice, the Ramble, or the Vandal Savage episode. But like, so his he has a daughter. He has 2 daughters, and one's like really old, and she's been writing a book about Vandal Savage, like his whole life, just like a chronicle, just everything is done, telling stories. And she's passing to her other sister, her younger sister, and so that's why we're getting the backstory of how it came to be. It's her telling. But at the time, in real time, there's a giant armada coming from space heading into our solar system, like coming for Earth. And he's like, fuck. He sees it because he's on a world planet, just out in space doing his thing. So, so he's calling Lex like, yo, we got a fucking space armada. Can we call it Justice League? And he's like, Justice League are our planet. And he's like, how about the other guys? He's like, well, nah, they're not built for a fucking armada. And he's like, how about whatever? He's like, actually, bro, we've done a good job because we've gotten everybody the fuck out of here. And that's also the whole thing. Like, they really fucking with Justice League heavy. Like, they restricted them where they can barely work. They're just not welcome anywhere. And they're all trying to clear their name because they're in Savage fuck with them again in the second season. Who like took like 16 hours from them and they had no idea what they did. And turned out they did genocide in another fucking light years away. And so they've been on a whole universe tour being like, we're not fucking war criminals. And it's nuts, dude.
Just lying on their names.
Dude, they were one. Like humans are like the worst in the universe. We're just known as people that go and slaughter planets because the Justice League went on a killing spree for 16 hours, and they were screaming out, "We're from Earth, fuck everybody," like talking mad shit, brainwash. So the moral story is there's a armada heading for our galaxy, and no one's there to protect it. And he's like, alright, I got this. So he takes World Planet, he gets on intercom, like, yo, this is Vandal Savage. I know you heard about me. I'm out here, Earth is not up for, Earth is dealt with. Anybody tries to put a hand on it, has to do it. World Planet. Holla at your boy, shut it down. And they speed up. And he's like, okay. So he's like, why?
Y'all talking crazy.
He's like, this is bullshit. So he starts opening fire, and while that's happening on his map, he sees that there's an armada coming from the other side of the galaxy. And he's like, oh shit, we're getting flanked. We're planning to only be in one place at one time. Kind of fucked, you know what I'm saying? So he calls Darkseid up. Turns out they've been going back and forth. Basically, like, Darkseid wants to take over everything. And the anti-life equation and all that. And then, Ren Savage just wants to do the same thing, Earth being his planet. much know that, and Darkseid allows him to build up, and they kind of use each other when they can, and they know that once they both have everything set, it's kind of all out battle for whatever's left for everything. That's their millennia game plan. You know what I'm saying? They're playing over thousands of years. That's what they're up to. So he calls in a favor. He's like, Darkseid, we're getting flanked. You don't want to get caught up by some hooligans out here. So he sends the big guns, cover the other side. Randall finally recognizes who the fuck's attacking him. Turns out someone that came popping shit back like a couple hundred years ago. And didn't do it before, tried to invade Earth, and he put a foot in their ass. So he's like, alright, fuck it. I see their mothership. I'm gonna head out. And so he does his thing. He whoops a lot of ass. Saves everything. And the old lady, the niece, she's also like losing her mind, like surrendering. She's asking the same questions over and over again. And you remember the story about the bear? And she's asked like 3 times for that story. He was born with the other sisters like, yeah. Just like, yeah, that was my favorite story until today. I can't wait to write about this. And he hears her and he's like, no, you can't keep a journal of everything I'm doing. Plans to span over millennia. If anyone ever got a hold of it, I could undo everything. And he asks her why she loves the story about the bear so much. And she's like, yeah, before you got your powers, before you were savior, and she's telling him all this as she's like giving him a hug, and then he cracks her fucking skull, just lays her out. Make sure she gets buried like a king. Any daughter of Vandal deserves to be buried like a god or whatever the fuck. Just keeps moving. I'm just like, this is the coolest fucker in the universe.
She won't stop riding.
Yeah, it was crazy. Like, it was a lot. It was a lot. It was one of the best episodes we've seen of a thing. So I'm like, this guy. And it also, the tropes they play into are so big. So like, but so they're congruent. Like like your Dark Knight or Batman Begins, like you gotta die before you end up becoming the villain, or how they say, die a hero.
You die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become a villain.
And that's kind of like, and that kind of ends up being, you kind of see that shade of all the villains, or not all the villains, like, but the top. Some, like your Lex and your Vandal, where it's like, they didn't start off wanting, they started off wanting the best for everyone. And even, they still do. Like, they're not their villain in their story. You know what I'm saying? Everything they're doing, they think is for the right thing. It's just that there's like a brutality to it, and we're on this team. They just put an extra dimension there that I just really respect.
The villains in DC seem way better.
Yeah. But they're too good to the point where the whole universe is like a tragedy. I don't see how the heroes ever win. Like, for real. Like, Venom Savage cannot die. Like, that's his whole bag. Even though they kind of play with that later on in another movie, Suicide Squad movie, which is fire. Like, 1,000 times better than the fucking Will Smith, and how is it so much better? It's so good. Especially in comparison to making shit get an Oscar.
It's almost like the Lion King live action versus cartoon.
Yeah. But like not even down Glover though.
You see what I'm
Well, like I
saying?
said, Will Smith, but shit, it's the exact same thing.
Yeah, it's the animation gives them that.
Because that should have been a good movie.
Yeah, the animation gives you something. There's something that goes with it.
But
It's sauce.
But no, they could have done like Suicide Squad is the one where it's like that was the most disappointing one to me. Like Batman, Superman, and Justice League, I feel were doomed by the time I saw the original Superman. I was like, okay, they fucked up. Like, and they just never could rebound because it was fucked at its core, in my opinion. But the Suicide Squad, especially since it was new IP, I don't know these people, I know Harley, maybe she's secondary, so you can kind of play, and she's fun anyway, whatever. And the cast was good, it looked great, everyone played great, it was just a weird ass story, and they just made it so fucking weird. And they really didn't play up the fact that, I forget her name, but the lady.
Enchantress?
No, the real bad guy. Yeah. The one in charge of Suicide Squad.
Oh, Amanda Waller.
Waller, yeah. Yeah, the black lady. She's the villain. They didn't make that as clear as they should have. She's like ruthless. Like she's really, yeah. Yeah, it just they didn't. The story just wasn't there, and that whole it was just messy. It just wasn't constructed good. But like the idea, if they could bring it back for a sequel and just have someone really write it, like like someone that knows how to fucking how to do a screenplay, like I don't like.
That's another example of feeling like there are writers just making shit up, not taking. Because, like, I feel like the movies do take from the comic books.
Oh, they do,
yeah, it's direct. But, like, these movies, they start making shit up. You start getting...
Or they always lose, like, they take the story, and then they lose why the story happens. And it's, like, every time. They always take, like, the greatest hits, all right, we want to use the story because Batman and Superman fight. And that's the biggest event, whatever. But in the course of getting there, they always strip away why would these two be fighting in the first place when that was the whole point of those movies. Like the fight was always the icing, that was how it had to. It was the inevitability. But but the movie is the lead up. Why would this person not trust this person? Like that paranoia or whatever. That's the whole thing.
What is it?
And when you fuck with those motivations to even begin with, you can't build that story because it doesn't make sense. And then even the catharsis out of it doesn't make sense. Martha, look, don't even make sense. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, the same thing with like Suicide Squad. Like, I don't know why any of that happened. Like, none of it drove anything else. Like, it was just independent things happening and they kind of came together. And I didn't care. Like, you know what I'm saying? I didn't care about anybody there. Like, everyone could have died and I would have felt nothing. You know what I'm saying? Unlike The Departed or like Rogue One. You know what I'm saying? Where that matters. Like, oh shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or even a Call of Duty campaign mode. You know what I'm saying? You can pull that off. And I'm not even saying you kill everybody in Suicide Squad. That's not even the point. I'm just saying.
That's a deep comparison.
But I'm just saying they could even like emote as much as I got from that. The most slept on thing in video games. The shit people skip to get to the multiplayer. Can give you more feeling than your 2 hours of care. Who should work? Who have done this on pages? Like,
yeah.
That
that should be disappointing.
Yeah.
I do like DC movies more so, but I mean not DC movies, DC animated content more so. big thing for me is it's the action, and it's I want to say not the themes, but the environments they make is a big thing for me. I feel like that can't all be captured in live action. And they can capture a lot of the stuff for Marvel because like it only goes so far, but like when you get to like Captain Marvel, and I feel like that might be a reason why you don't get Captain Marvel just running around all the time, but like
Captain Marvel, you're saying it's like he's going down.
but like who's her biggest fights? Like it's not.
I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. That's the thing. It could be anyone. Like,
I mean, I guess that'll be.
Whole, like,
I guess that'll be a big.
Yeah, I feel like that. I can't say anything.
And budget.
In live action. I mean, but fuck it. Like they do big budgets. Like none of that's.
But I mean, I don't think the budget's near the same to do animated.
No. Yeah. Well, wait. What?
Yeah, I think the budget to make an animated movie for however big you're gonna make it is less. Yeah, which gives them all the leeway.
No.
I think. Why not?
Doesn't make sense. If you're gonna spend more money, we want the better product because we need the bigger return.
For sure, but I mean they're gonna try harder, but I mean that doesn't exactly mean they're gonna succeed.
No, but they should have more. They're given more resources to do so. I mean the fact that we have just too many great movies in live action.
Who's the writers for these animated movies? Is actually a good question.
I don't know the writers all around. Like somebody to be fired, somebody to be
transferred. Yeah.
Yeah, like somebody to never work again. Like somebody to but for the anime, like they're great.
Yeah, because if you just put those writers there, it should potentially.
I mean, you would get a better result regardless. Like, you can't get a worse result. We're starting from, like, dog shit. So, like, any change can only really be for the better. Like, real talk. Like,
I don't know what they can do other than that. Like, that's really a good idea.
A lot of things. They can do all the things. You know, like, everything.
Anything really means anything.
Let's just what did you do this time to get this? Just don't do any of that shit. Like, just do everything the opposite of what you think you should do. Let's start there. We'll get more money just doing that. Just play the opposite game.
I just want you to know you're wrong. Whatever you think, you're wrong.
Yeah. But there's too many great movies, especially like epic movies, like where we scale shit. 'Cause even the visuals and shit, that's never even the problem with any of the DC movies. They've captured Superman's strength. They've captured Flash's speed on TV even. Fucking talking underwater, Wonder Woman, bullet bouncing, who else? Whatever. Cyborg looks digestible. You know what I'm saying? Like, HBO has dragons. Like, anything, we can put anything live action, make it look tight. The story just has to be there to match it. And, because it's not what's coming through on the cartoon level where it's better. Every time I see those, I'm like, I wish this was for people. Like, I wish this was for the money. Because I know the revenue that any of those movies, the best of them, can make is like the crafts expense on one of these blockbuster movies. Like, they can make billions of dollars, or at least definitely $1 billion.
They're not following the blueprint.
But it's baffling. I have one last hope for Flashpoint. And I hope they do. I think we talked about it here forever ago, maybe. My hope, because the way their last movie ended in the animated series, in Apocalypse War, I'm hoping if this plays off of that, then they can immediately shoot into like, all right, they've come to really play for everything. that would be the best act. Yeah, I have dreams of what it could be. It won't be. So I'm gonna feel good when my dream so it comes out, and hopefully it's just not terrible. But if it is what it could be, it could be start something crazy. Though. It could be because the whole last arc of the animated movies, like the last like their DCU, DCMU, DCAMU, DC animated. I lost.
DCAEU.
DC animated.
Expanded universe.
That's not what I wanted. Expand is too much.
Animated universe.
The animated movie universe.
Oh, AMU.
DCAMU. That's fucked. Yeah. Alright.
Yeah. Let's just say DC animations.
The DC animated movies, the last arc is like the Marvel arc of the movies, where all the movies they release together into like a bigger event, or at least like 16 of them, like a good amount. But it ends in tragedy. Like they don't win. Like in Dark Side, that's what I'm saying. I've never seen Dark Side defeat. Because even in their whole thing, it just goes fucked. And you're just like, oh god. Maybe I can talk about it with you. Maybe not. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, probably wouldn't have seen this.
Nah, yeah, we haven't. We've talked lightly about those movies. Actually, we talked about me bringing the flash drive to get some more.
Yeah.
That was the thing.
I was talking to my cousin there. But,
yeah.
Yeah. But, yeah. So, yeah, it could, I'm gonna spoil it because been out for a while.
Go ahead.
A little bit.
I'll
It was just the end of the last one. So, yeah. So, but they lose. I mean, they win, but they like lose. They're fucked. They're like at Cyborg. Girls over. Actually, no, they just lose. The world's about to explode, and they're like broken. They're just right at post brainwashed, half cyborg. Like he's been torturing them for like years, and taking parts of their body and replacing it with a robot and shit. Like they're just it's a zombie movie. And Flash is like the only one still. Flash is getting tortured by being the power source for everything. So he's been running for like years at a time, just on his treadmill, like so, running down his body. So he's still all Flash, but he's broken. And so he's like, you gotta run back. You gotta change this. You can't do this. So he's like, yeah. And the whole thing starts off. So, right before so he ends up running back and does like a Flash paradox. And the first movie of this arc is Flash Paradox, first animated movie. So it starts with Flash doing a Flash paradox, and then all of this shit ends with them fighting Darkseid, and Darkseid essentially winning. And so then they're like, all right, you gotta do it again. And he's kind of like, no, I can't. It's gonna how this happened. It doesn't matter anymore. So I was like, try again. So he runs back in time.
This is almost as bad as it gets.
The movie ends with him going to the Flash paradox, or running back in time and rebooting everything. And this movie is called Flash Paradox, the next live action Flash movie that's happening. So if this movie starts with him running from that, and it's a good movie, I would immediately go hype boy fan train. They're turning around. It's a new era.
Dawn of DC.
I am fully prepared to go all in a way that I never dreamed.
They might as well have put in the fine text.
Because like that whole arc was really good. It was just tragic. Where it's just like, I don't want to see my guys go out like this, but damn. But if they do that and then Flash Paradox and that would have them reboot everybody. So you can do Superman again. You can do a young Bruce Wayne. You can do everybody's, and then really build it correctly, and then take the long train to Dark Side and fucking win, maybe. I don't know, like, or something. Like, it could be, but if it ties into that universe, like, directly, like, I would even love. This is really my dream. That the movie starts off with him like running through the Speed Force, and he's like animated, turning into like the live action whoever we get running out and then lands into wherever. Like just to like, most people wouldn't know what that is because most people didn't watch these animated movies, but if you watch it, you start freaking out because that means it's tied in with knowledge. So that type.
Yeah, they don't give it. Well, I mean, it's probably because they don't. I was about to say they don't give enough indicators that this shit's about to be canon, and that's because stuff isn't canon.
No,
they come into the game already like, yeah, we doing what we want to do.
Yeah, I mean, but it is interesting that this is Flash Paradox though. That this is a movie coming after that movie. So I mean, it's
what was that movie?
Huh?
What was that movie?
Apocalypse War.
Okay.
Justice League Dark Apocalypse War.
Dark Apocalypse War, and then that goes into Flash Paradox.
Maybe I don't. That's if that would be amazing. If that because it starts off. The arc starts with Flash Paradox, the animated movie, ends with Justice League Dark Apocalypse War, and then now, as of now, the next live action DC movie will be Flash Paradox. Well, there's a Batman movie in there, but I don't know how the fuck that works. But yeah, Flash Paradox is like announced and whatever. So I don't know how will that tie in with the animated thing. I don't have that much faith in them at all. 0%. It would just be everything. It would be, to me, it would be like the sun shining through the rain finally of what has been DC live action movies. It would show me it is finally turning in the right direction. It would give me faith in the next movie, at least.
Y'all are trying out here.
Yeah, it would show me that at least someone's. Yeah, because that would be wild outside the box. But yeah, that's
I feel that. I'm definitely all about that. I've been more into, like I said, I've been getting into these TV shows, man. I went back through Vikings. I didn't watch all of it because I mean, in the show, in a lot of these TV shows lately, if you've noticed, they've they'll transfer to the kids. And I just like, it's cool some of the times, but it's hard for them to transition. Like especially if they have the original die, or so in this case, the main character dies, but his kids become the main characters. And that's not easy to pull off. Like, it's...
You gotta be... That's hard.
Yeah. They... I don't feel like they pulled it off. They kinda...
Have you seen that done well?
This might be one of the better times I've seen it done.
Can you think of another? I'm trying to think. Because that was supposed to be like Dragon Ball Z. Like, if I remember right, like
Gohan becoming the main person.
Yeah, he's supposed to take it over when Goku died the last time, and then they were like, nah, and probably fucked up Gohan so bad, but regardless.
No, yeah.
Goku forever.
I mean, there's this anime they do. They were Naruto. The
Naruto?
Naruto. Yeah, people. I feel that's how I felt until like people were saying they loved it, and I'm like, oh.
And Naruto's still there as well. It's not like.
Yeah, that's also.
I know I agree you pass it on, but like Also, all my knowledge of this, everything I'm saying, only comes from RDC1. I only know this from the making fun of. I've never seen it.
Okay. I've only watched the first episode of the Boruto. I've seen Naruto.
Yeah, I've tried to watch it on Netflix. Like, this is there, but it's all in subtitles.
Oh yeah, I got a website for you.
Yeah, cause I'm like, and then also just like 600 some episodes. So
yeah, it's way too many. It's honestly all of those animes that go over 500. If I didn't watch those when they were first like coming out, I don't think I'd ever watch them.
Yeah,
it's too stacked.
Yeah, so I mean, it's not something I need to not really looking to get into. It's just that I've noticed I've tried it twice on Netflix. Cause like I'll just be scrolling, oh Naruto, let me check this shit out, and I've started it, and then Japanese, I'm like, I'm not doing this, and then I've done that like again, like let me try this, and then you can see it's like played like this much. It's like, wait, really? Why did I stop? Oh yeah.
Obviously. No, dude. On Netflix, they have an anime I think you should watch called No Game, No Life.
No Game, No Life.
Yeah. And it's essentially brother, sister, they go to they're playing the game, they're super good, they're video game players. Someone hits them up, oh yeah, do you like where you live? And they're like, nah, we hate it. He was like, would you like to go somewhere new? Yeah. So they play him in chess to go to this new place. They win. He transports them to a new world. And there's no violence. All of that's been abolished by God. But it's been replaced with games.
Games, okay.
Games decide everything. And the person who's challenged to the game gets to pick what the game is. So if you want to challenge me, I can say we're going to play poker. Or I can say we're going to play tetherball or whatever.
Okay.
And we play, and that's how we'd resolve our conflict.
Over anything?
Over everything.
Over everything?
The countries resolve conflict.
And, like, what kind of games?
The challenged person picks the game.
But I'm saying, like
they've played poker, they've played
games.
Yeah,
like, they're not even like
they get more intense because
like or like it's not like a. Like,
no, they do.
I think like a Yu-Gi-Mon.
No, it gets more intense because it's like magic involved. So there's 16 races of. Yeah, there's 16 races of different things, and
16 races.
Yeah, there are different races. There are like these angels. There are animals. There are all kinds of stuff. They have different magic, all of that, and then there's us. And we have none of it.
That makes the games honestly somehow make way more sense.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the way the history lesson set up is like, no one knows how we survived that age where everyone was killing each other, but somehow we made it through that. And now everything's based on games. And go ahead.
Okay, so have all the people in this world been teleported here because they beat somebody in a game in their own like?
No, everyone there has been in that world living. That's its own separate world with its own history. They've been transported to that world from that world's god. He saw them winning against everyone in the game and wanted to play against them, and then they beat him. So he took them to that world. Yeah, that's essentially. God's petty. That's the ultimate lesson.
That's not even petty though. There's nothing petty about it really. He was like, he gave him what they. I mean, he didn't trick him, right?
Yeah, he didn't really tell him how deep that was gonna be though, because when they win the game, they're thinking they're just gonna go to a new place, but all of a sudden they're falling out of the sky.
I mean, yeah, I mean that's fair. Yeah.
And they don't know they're talking to a god.
So God's just in this?
He's
the god of that?
The god of that world's just running around. Yeah.
God, I guess?
There were 10 different gods.
Different like realms or whatever.
No, they were all at war with each other.
Well, sure.
And they all killed each other or made each other super weak, and that was the last god left. Because he never fought.
And so this one god, are there more than just these two worlds?
No, those are there's the regular world, and you never see it again. Now you're in this game world. And
so is there a god over the regular world?
Not that I've seen, no.
It just doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's gone now. They're way out of there.
They just had to ground it and just unground it.
Yeah. So.
I'm trying to let that go.
Yeah, because they're.
So whatever. So
point
is that god a character in the show beyond?
He's the main person they want to beat. They're trying to get back to. They want to become God.
He's the main person, but they already beat him.
Well, they beat him, but he wants the rematch, and he's saying it on the world scale. So he set the game up to be they have to dominate all the other races to make up the pieces of a chessboard where they'll play against him to become the god of that world. But people are the weakest of all the races because, people ain't shit. We're not strong. We don't have blah, 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 this or that. So the whole point of the show is that the reason we can beat them is because we developed wisdom because we had none of those things.
Oh, and people are people, of course.
Yeah. And that's how they're going to beat all of these different races, even the other gods that the one god kept. They have to beat all of these different races to then face that god again.
I'm trying to decide how this sounds in my mind.
Just watch it. Just watch it. Because it sounds crazy being told verbally this and this and this and this. Just watch it happen and it's different.
Yeah. It sounds interesting. I can't say it's not. Game with no game?
No game, no life.
At first I thought you said no gang, no life. And then you started saying it again. I was like, where's the shootout? So it's weird. It's not violent.
Mm-mm. Everything's decided by games.
See, we were watching anime where there's just no ass kicking segment.
Well, I mean, in the games there can be fighting, but like you can't kill anybody else. You can't go to war. You can't do those things unless you make a game like that. And
well, a little war game.
Yeah.
Ships versus your ships.
But then that's the part where the challenge party gets to pick the game. So if you're the warmonger, you'd have to wait till someone challenges you to be able to pick that kind of game.
Oh, so you gotta do some Inception shit, make them go to war with you. That's a fun game. Oh, I see.
Everything's less straightforward because no one can enact violence. There's no war.
We'll see. I don't know. How many is this?
12.
That's all it is.
There's talking about making 12 more.
Okay. Just 30 minutes, hour.
30 minutes.
No game, no
Life.
No life.
It's on Netflix.
I'm check it out.
That's
interesting.
It's dope. And part of the reason I recommended it was because we've had conversations like that where I'm like, yeah, you're not fucking with a bear or da 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 da, and it's like, well, we're people. We got this, and it's like, not really. But in that show, they're pressing that to the extreme. This motherfucker can read minds. Are you serious? We're people though. Come on, bro. They be looking the exact same way I was looking. Come on now. You don't even believe in humanity.
When you were describing this, I thought two things. Sounds like it's gonna be racist and then some anti-human bullshit. I'm still worried about these.
Well, it's anti-human.
Yeah.
But I mean, the whole point is that they win in the end.
That's not anti.
Well, it's pro. Yeah, it's underdog.
Yeah, and that's underdog. I mean, but yeah, I was worried this is gonna be. This is especially once it's 12, just animals and
Yeah, it
running
was.
around really doing shit.
Yeah,
But alright, we'll see.
yeah.
Check it out.
It's
It's wild.
yeah. They're doing a lot.
Yeah.
They're doing a lot, and the two are like geniuses when it comes to games.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's.
Yeah, I always think of, I watch like the people play like Mario Maker. I often think of like Riddler. Like if he were like, if they remade him like a modern day, he would be like either a Twitch streamer or like one of the people that make like ROM hacks, and he would just be making like super hard casual Mario games. That like I don't know, maybe if you win, he kills you, some weird shit at the end to make it nefarious. But it would just be like him like trolling like nerds in like Mario games, like Super Nintendo in 2001. And I didn't watch that movie. Don't get me wrong. I want to see this, but like
You get 3
I
lives.
think it's hilarious.
You only get 3 lives. If you don't make it, you die.
Yeah.
For real.
Gotta make that showdown for grandma's hospital clothes, something crazy.
I poisoned all of Grandma's cookies.
And then I just imagine like Batman just having to just really get into like some just nerd gaming shit to figure out the crimes. Like it'd be entertaining to like 100 people.
Day 760 of Mario training.
Nah,
I've never faced such a challenge.
I don't know, Bruce might get in there like in Colorado and get nasty with it. That'd be a good
Ninjutsu wasn't even this hard.
But yeah, I don't know. I thought more than once. It really would be that'd be interesting. Twist.
The Riddler is. Him and Scarecrow are a whole thing.
Scarecrow they put a lot of respect on in the last 10 years now.
I mean, I don't. I'm saying this to say they're both weird, not they're both dope.
No, I'm saying because he wasn't. Scarecrow's never been tight to me, but they've been trying to make him tight. Like in the Christopher Nolan movies, he's like in all three. Like they try to keep him there, and I'm just like you don't have to though. That's what I'm saying.
He's in the third one though.
Yeah, he's in the third one where they're holding a little court where they have a Commissioner Gordon or whatever. It's like guilty or not guilty, walk on the hands and shit. He was running the court. Shit's fucked up. He's right in the middle of it, smiling, psycho.
Yeah, that actor is good at acting.
Oh, he's great. No, I mean, I'm not mad at the character you do in the movies. I'm just like, the Scarecrow, like, you have a whole roster, and this is who we're hinging on, like, it was strange to me. Even though I love those movies. That decision is always
rubbed.
It's just, I don't know who I go to. I don't know, Riddler's kind of serious. Penguin's kind of, they've done that.
Who's the ice one?
Mr. Freeze.
Mr. Freeze.
Mr. Freeze.
He's been gone for a while.
Huh?
He's been gone for a while.
Yeah, but that feels like Batman's been like more reality based. You know what I'm saying? Like even Bane didn't go like super Venom Bane. He was just giant.
Yeah.
And Joker was still a guy. You know what I'm saying? But like Mr. Freeze is like a whole experiment going on. Like you have to. That's kind of like his Batman step into like more meta, powered villains and shit. It's him and like
Poison Ivy.
Like she's talking to plants and it's a whole thing. And then the last time those were done, they were done terribly. So
yeah.
So it's stank ain't worn off yet. Really, that's what it comes down to.
Some people just had to fuck the good ones up.
Yeah, that was a wild couple of years there. But yeah, this is the only time I will say maybe DC's could be possibly
Yeah, and in terms of animated content, I like DC more. I can't say
In terms of
animated content.
well,
Yeah, like I don't. Spider-Man, the TV show was cool. I enjoyed it. Uh,
it's really
I mean, what else? X-Men was good.
yeah.
There's not much else. I mean, it's
No,
not
they
like.
don't have a lot. But also once you start MCU and to go back would be a waste of whatever. Maybe that's
For
for
sure.
like filler content, like in between your movies, like to build out some extra IP. But that's just fun, really.
Yeah.
That's actually probably that one because yeah, we got a whole engine up here.
No, I agree completely. It's just
And even those now they're bringing those to small screen like Disney Plus, like WandaVision and I think it was like one or two or three series I think they're doing that tie into the MCU. So like, nah, they don't need to animate anything. The Spider-Verse thing was less animated things from a whole wall.
yeah. They
And even that was, I wouldn't compare that to like DC animated movies. That was like a,
no, it was way more,
yeah, exactly.
way more lighthearted, way more.
Well, I mean, even I would compare that to like a more live movie somehow. Like it's just there was a lot more going on there. Like
Well, the Spider-Verse movie, it felt like it was good to me, but it wasn't good in terms of like it wasn't rewatchably good.
no,
Nah, not for me at least. I'm not saying it was a bad movie, but I can rewatch. I think that was The Killing Joke that I had downloaded. I can rewatch that. I mean I saved it, so I mean, you know. Like I watched the Spider-Verse, I never saved it. I just let it be. Like, all right, yeah, that's gone. That was a good watch.
that's fair. I think a large part of that would be because of the origin story. I think somehow that worked too. They kind of not understand that. I kind of feel that, but that's only because I don't like to introduce it. I know I'm not scout. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there's a lot of that to it.
Origins are hard for me to go back to in games when I don't.
Except Iron Man.
That's just the thing that was like right here in my head, like, well, Iron Man is still this.
He's not going anywhere. Thor is a once in a blue moon if you're really feeling it.
Yeah, I was thinking Batman Begins.
Oh, I could watch Batman Begins.
Yeah.
Ra's al Ghul was good in that.
Oh, Roz is true.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's him and the Scarecrow. Like, it's just straight. Like, I didn't mind him the first one. I felt like he did his utility. Just, I don't know. Yeah, like, he's just not.
In the first one, he was actually like a thing, but then in the second one, I might like Scarecrow because it's almost a marker for the progression of Batman. Because in the first one, he's a villain, and then in the second one, when he comes into play, it's like, yo, you better be scared. Batman's out here. You playing with Bat? Like, third one, he needs to shut the hell up until Bane gets everything crazy. Then he can come back out. Like, all right, come on, guys. But it's a marker of like he was repressed from the beginning of Batman.
Yes.
And I mean, if the whole court thing was him trying to take revenge on Gordon, then that brings it to a good full circle.
Well, that was just completely anarchy at that point. Like, everything
Yeah.
was just, I wouldn't even put that on him setting up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, everything was just
Wild.
Gotham was just anarchy. So, like, I mean, I guess, like, it would have been tight to see. I love, like, a Clayface live action, but especially in the darkness style, like Christopher Nolan, like that. Christopher Nolan Clayface would be, like, crazy. That could go for, like, an Oscar, because, like, he's an actor.
Dude.
And actors love movies about actors.
Christopher Nolan should probably just do more movies, because I mean, thinking more about it, he doesn't have that many. I think he has like 9 right now. Tenet being 10. Hmm?
He does new movies again, I'm sure. Because he's cranking them out. Like, he just did a new one, Tenet. I haven't seen it yet, but that was a couple months. He said it was going. It's not like a Jim Cameron where it takes like years off. He cranks them. Yeah, he writes. That's all him.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Gotta give it to him. And we gotta give it to her. We gotta give it to her.
Yeah. So you saw her on SNL. Yeah.
Yeah. I checked out her album.
Shit.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Her's crazy.
Her is her. She's doing a lot. I didn't know I had to put so much respect on her name. I don't even know what her stands for. There are periods between it.
I don't know.
Confusing, but I love it. And I checked out man, who was it? The Butcher?
Benny.
Yeah, Benny the Butcher. Yeah, he was a smash. There were a couple songs, they were just not my pace, but he was hitting them. He was cranking those ones out.
Yeah, and on that album, the one with Westside and Conway, that's Griselda, all three of them.
Oh, that's makes up Griselda.
Yeah.
Okay, they say it on the song.
Yeah, and that's why the skit afterwards is him.
I probably didn't even hear the skit, bro.
You didn't hear the skits?
As I was doing it, I was working. I was listening to it working, and I was.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's like you had mentioned that you really like the gangster, like the funny gangster skits.
Mm-hmm.
Those are some of the funniest ones like I've heard, maybe ever.
Okay.
Like, no, I mean, I'm not trying to put a lot of sauce on it, but like they're just funny.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely.
But like they, after the Griselda song, they do a skit making fun of Griselda.
Oh, I heard that part.
Yeah.
I heard that part. Yeah.
Oh
shit, that was funny.
Lamb chop.
Yeah, lamb chop.
I laughed out. I was like, what the fuck? It's so funny.
Yo, nah, that and Birdman. We gotta actually shout out Birdman too. Birdman, goddamn Birdman, how did you forget how to write? Like what happened? Yeah. I had to peep that whole thing more than once, and I mean the song "Like Father Like Son," he really did that. His ad-lib game's way better though. It's another level. Get money or die, nigga. That shit was amazing. And then the beat rides like, yeah. I heard that waking up and I was like, I can't even eat breakfast now. That's over.
Hey, well, I think if I remember right, he ends the song that way, and then immediately the next song is, you over here hustling.
That was the song before it. That was the song before it. Then it's this one. Then after that, it's like the first key. And I forgot the lyrics on that all the way. But that one's a hit too. Yeah. Birdman really is about that life. I mean, my God. You can see Wayne's carrying. Like, he's carrying all the songs. But, like, Birdman comes in just enough to...
Exactly. That's all I'm saying. Like, you can never forget.
And then he comes in at the end. Like, I gotta salute him for his endings. I don't even care about the bars. The bars mean nothing to me. When the beat's getting ready to be done, he's getting ready to say some shit. He's getting ready. You know it.
They need this.
Yeah, that get money or die nigga was like the most well timed. I've never. Yeah. You can't even finish that song and feel like the message wasn't clear. You walk away from that like, yeah, you at McDonald's like, I gotta go. I can't even. All right. Bird really, he really making points.
I listened to the album too. Like after I was there, like that day.
Yeah, it was just like, god damn. Over Here Hustling is probably my number 2.
Yeah.
But Father Like Son is definitely. Album was a smash. It was too much smash.
Yeah, this one is the whole.
What my papa told me. Listen to what Papa said. It was wild. She was too wild. And shout out to Wayne too.
So good.
Wayne was doing so much. Man, he must have spat his heart out on that tape. God damn. Yeah, it really.
I remember.
Then it's Bird for like his last verse, and
he comes in.
I can't even imagine him without doing the hand rub no more. I used to imagine the star on the back of his head a lot. All I see is this now. Get money or die, nigga. He really.
So good.
He's talking about all the struggle. He's talking about the struggle and shit. He's like, now we uptown, nigga. I was like, oh, this uptown shit really is. This is deeper than rap. I always knew uptown was like, it was extra, but I thought that was just rich nigga shit. I didn't know this was like rags to riches shit. The uptown message was deeper than I ever knew it to be. Cause even Wayne, he was talking that uptown nigga. It didn't even feel as real from him. Wayne's uptown didn't feel like Bird's uptown.
Have you heard Uptown?
The song Uptown? Yeah. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to hate, but
Wayne's Uptown verse on Uptown?
it's amazing, but
I'm so uptown.
but Bird just talking about Uptown. He didn't even have to, he wasn't rapping. That's what I'm saying. He's not even rapping. He just gets to talking about it. Like, you heard me? It's, man, I don't know how he didn't even pay Wayne.
Yeah.
That's insanity. We're supposed to been in, you guys.
No, but yeah, we're gonna leave it right there. Yeah, Birdman. Yeah, if you don't know, go.
Yeah.
I'm glad you. All right.
Oh yeah.
Birdman.
I'm.
And Benny.
And I had to go back to that Manny Fresh.
Oh yeah, went backward.
Yeah, cause
tight.
it's all tight.
It was tight.
Birdman might be timeless. I never even thought this could leave my mouth. I was laughing when he said put respect on my name. I got to re-comment on the video because I was commenting and supporting the wrong shit. I was just defending Offset on Twitter, telling some bitch she needs to apologize to the Migos for slandering their name and apologize to all of Twitter for wasting our goddamn time.
Yeah, I guess.
But we love y'all.
Yeah, I guess the moral of the story is sometimes you gotta go back and really see what people are putting down, see how they are even where they are now.
For sure. Yeah, because
get lost with all the craziness, but let's just never forget.
Uptown stopped meaning from the struggle to the rich. It just started meaning in the rich. But you gotta go back and find.
Gotta go back to his original struggle.
Yeah.
For sure.
And listen to Birdman not rap. Always.
Free game. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this week. For sure.
Yeah, y'all.
There. Have a great one.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So till next time.
Enjoy.
Like, subscribe, whatever.
Always. You need this.